2025, close your eyes. All you gotta do is close your eyes. If the body shall be full of light, I close my eyes and let my third eye. Oh, how great the darkness is when I close my eyes and I don't open them back up into the sunrise. I might take a moment, night my eyes for 90 seconds, of a husband, a father, and a hero. Close your eyes. If you want to see it, all you gotta do is welcome to the huddle, man. If you really want to see it, all you got to do is just close your eyes. You know what I'm talking about? In the 2025. Feel the rhythm of the heartbeat. Good God Almighty. Feel the rhythm of the heartbeat. Close your eyes if you really want to see it. All you got to do is close your eyes, because if you can see it, you can be it. Welcome to the huddle, 2025. The word tonight is commence. Come on, y'all. To begin, to start. We're going to have a commencement tonight of heroism. Each one reach one. Each one teach one. If you are that one, then you already know that you are enough. Enough to get it all right when everything going all wrong. Trey Prue, you already know what it do. A shero for real. A shero for real. See, we know that your attention is the most powerful thing you can pay. So if you're paying me some attention right now in the moment or on the replay, and I just want you to know, man, I respect that and I honor that. And you are enough. You are enough. And I give my all to be worthy of your attention. Come on, let's go. Want to give a shout out to my executive producer, my wardrobe coordinator, my balance, my wife. I don't take that lightly, and I don't say that in a way that I take it for granted. You understand what I'm saying, man? If you understand what I'm saying, I ain't even gonna say no more. Want to give a shout out to the greatest co-host in the world, Alexa. Tell me something good.
We all we got. We all we need.
She know it, and she show it. Tonight's word is commence. Alexa. What is the meaning of commence?
The verb commence is usually defined as to begin, start.
To begin, start. I ain't never heard nobody say this word. What are your commencements for 2025? What are some of the things that you're going to begin and start? See, we always hear about resolutions. Shout out to my brother Javon Clark, who talked about the word resolution and the root word being to resolve, to end, to stop. So we don't really understand the words we use, and we say, what is your resolution? We're already projecting a spell upon us of stopping, not moving forward. But commence is to begin. A commencement. What are some of the things that you will begin, not stop? See, because one thing about motion and moving and growing, there's a thing called momentum. And every year you grow, every year you go, every year you learn a little bit more. And when you get in a momentumic way to where you're gaining force, I get better and better as I go. So January 1st is the beginning of a cycle, a commencement. Here we go again. Let the year begin. Here we go again. Let the year begin. What are my commencements? What will I start? Well, for me personally, I'm going to start taking more risks in 2025 than I did last year. They say the greater the risk, the greater the risk, the more gaining of the reward. See, I got to start practicing what I preach more and being what I teach more. I play it safe. I'm scared of failure. I'm scared to disappoint or put myself in a situation where it's a risk of disappointing those that depend on me. I'm scared of that. I'm just being honest right now. Scared of failure. Man, what do you feel? Yeah, I feel failing. And it's deeply rooted in me that I've been trying to gain momentum and more each year, each day, each month, each week, that I grow to overcome my fear of failing. And if I overcome my fear of failing, then I will take more risks, more chances, put myself in more situations where I have to trust this shit that I teach. But that's the only way I'm going to get to where I'm divine to reach. So I got to start. This is a commencement. This is a commencement. Years back, shout out to my brother Trey. I was telling my brother Blow today. I said, my brother Trey taught me it's a true gift to be able to listen. I said he was a man of few words. And me and him worked together for 15 years. And every day he would just listen to me. He would say few words, but he would ask and say the right words at the right time that would keep me talking so he could listen. I say, man, you a hell of a listener. He said, well, let me tell you what I be listening to. See, I listen to a unique brother. I ain't never met him like nobody like him in my life. This is what he telling me. He said, who done anything and everything. And I think good at a lot of shit. But the only reason I'm sitting here talking to him at work is because I don't think he really know how much he got or believe in what he really is. Because if he was, I wouldn't be able to talk here, listen to him. So he taught me the value of listening. But he also made me face my fears, or at least understand my fears. At least understand them. Because when we face them, see, that's a personal fight. Ain't no time limit. Ain't no standard, ain't no comparison. It's just about being real and knowing what you face to fight, to be a better you. So this year is commencement. What's your 2025 commencement? Not resolution. See, resolution means to stop. Means to end. Hero training is a very powerful thing to me. I talk this here thing because I like to talk it and preach it. I've been criticized and scrutinized and asked some real questions on why do I curse when I curse. I try to explain it in a way to say that I like the way it make me feel. When I get the revved up just like a preacher do. Some preachers will play games and say, ah shala ma na 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 boom shala winka da da da. And that don't mean a goddamn thing. It just make them feel good about the way they saying what they saying. I like to say, good God, oh goddamn mighty. It's feeling. They say, well, you don't really got to cuss. I say, I know I don't, but I choose to because I like the way it feels. So more than me having a resolution to not cuss so much to make people feel, I got a commencement. I'm going to start cussing more strategically to truly understand the power of words and do some type of backwards type of thing on the mind of those that pay me some attention to show you the power and vibration and emotion and wind that comes through my vocal cords and cause a vibration that you feel more than you hear. Finna start getting real with that shit. That's a commencement. I ain't got no resolution to it. See how that work? You already know what time it is, Brother Junior. Shanice Noel, you already know what time it is, Sister J. I love you. Amen. We all going through the same thing. Working to survive and to maintain. Don't you ever let what the world and society make you think that that's deeper on one level than another. It's all mathematics. They got 21, you got 14. They both divided by 7. That's going to break it down to the 7 to show what you really are and what your lane is. The same principles apply on this level than that level. It ain't about how much you make, it's about how much you spend. If I can afford a $500,000 house and I push it to the limit and my end, my bottom line leaves me the remainder to buy food and grocery. I'm in the same grocery store, in the same line, buying the same things, under the same pressure as someone who paid $100,000. We all going through the same thing, working to survive and to maintain. And the goal is to not strain. And if you've come this far, they say, we've come too far. No, I can't say how I want to say it. Yeah, I can't talk, but I ain't want to say what I want to say, we come too far. We come too far to turn back now. We come too far to turn back now. We come too far to stop. Learn from your mistakes. Understand whatever you went through to get to where you at now, to be able to say, if I knew then what I know now. Don't regret the past. Don't regret when you didn't know. Don't be ashamed of those moments, because those moments was necessary for the moment. So what are you going to start? Don't think about what you're going to stop. What are you going to start? Because the star can oversee the stop. See, I ain't gotta stop worrying about bills and finances and the struggles of life if I start believing in myself more and putting myself in opportunities to truly get paid for what I do in this here world. See, I ain't got to stop nothing if I start something. I was chewing on something the other day, commencement. What we're going to start doing, we're going to start looking at things the other way. One of the things I love when somebody tell me is, I ain't never looked at it that way. And that's the whole point. The point ain't about right or wrong. The point ain't about good or bad. The point is having the ability to objectively see something from every way. And this goes into our relationships. I just got to understand where you're coming from. Sometimes you ain't coming from where I'm coming from. Sometimes I ain't coming from where you coming from. But if I can understand where you're coming from, then we can unite in where we're going. So the other day I heard a quote say, you got to be careful how fast you feed someone love. Because if you feed someone love and respect too fast, they'll fall in love with your hand and not your heart. And everybody say, oh, that's deep, that's deep, that's deep. You damn right, man, because people ain't shit. You can't love everybody. Everybody ain't true. Everybody ain't real. And everybody can come together and understand that this is a general piece of truth. You can't love someone till they prove that they deserve it. Because if you love the wrong person too early and they take your love for granted or misuse and abuse your love, then they will leave you hurt. And don't nobody want to be hurt, because we can all unify in hurt more than we can unify in love. So when someone says a general deep statement about the possibilities of protecting yourself from hurt, everybody say, oh, hell yeah, that's the truth. But I ask the question, if we can all unify in not loving too fast, then what does that make those who receive the love that take it for granted? How can two things be true at the same time? How can everybody know you can't love too fast, but how can everybody know when they love, the other person don't know how to receive it, so it won't last? So how can everybody know the truth and be the problem at the same time? See, there we go, the commencement and the resolution. One person trying to stop love, while the other person trying to start it. Man, I'm feeling her, man, but you know, I ain't trying to get tied down like that, man, but you know what I'm saying. But you're lonely, and it's the first time everybody that know you done saw you got a little light in you. She don't need no man. But she got a man that like her. But she been hurt by every man before. And he moving too fast, and they both 50. Done been through some things in life to understand what things is, what thing ain't through experience. They ain't got no time to waste. So when a man in today's time know that a woman is worthy of what he got to give. See, that's what a son do. I'm a man, and every man is a son too. And we rise up every day to do what a son do. That's give to Mother Earth in her nature. So when a man rise up as a son and do what a son do, and he see a Mother Earth that's worthy of what he got to give, at 50, he ain't got no time to waste. But everybody can goddamn agree that don't you love somebody too fast. We unify in resolutions. Stops the ends. More than we unify in the commencement, the beginning. I'm letting this here flow. I ain't know where it's going to go, but this way we at. Everybody can unify in resolution, in the resolve. But don't nobody even understand the beginnings. Real life shit. I've been married 16 years. We lived together 9 years. Ain't nobody above the bullshit. She demanded it. She was worthy from the beginning. She said, what we is. I say growth ain't recognized, growth is realized. Say right now we're young and we're vibrant. But the only way I know is when we grow. And when we look up and realize that I'd rather be nowhere, and I ain't been nowhere but right here. If it's real, you don't know really when that started. You just had to believe that what you are and who you are was worthy and impactful. And it'll make anybody better. Who willing to be what it is. You just got to know that. That is the commencement. And once that begins, it grows to a point where you realize damn, when we get here, I don't know, but it feel good and I don't never want to leave. Kind of like your child, the commencement, when it come in the world, when it begins. I had a memory come up today where I was cutting my son's hair 4 years ago. He was a little boy. We was watching Bruce Leroy. This was a powerful day. He was a little boy 4 years ago. 11 years ago. Now he's 6'2". I watched him walk out his room going to the bathroom the other morning. Like, God damn, where the hell you come from? When the hell did you become him? You realize it. And it ain't no resolve to that. Ain't no resolution to that. That's momentum. It's like a wheel. Every time it turns, it gets to a cycle where it's turning. A boom, a boom, a boom, a boom. It's like a rhythm. The rhythm. Feel the rhythm in your heartbeat, your every breath. Close your eyes, dream it. Feel the magic rise. Believe it. When the world is heavy in your heart, feel soft. Just remember you can have it all. Ain't no stopping in that. You learn as you go. You learn as you grow. If it's living and it's alive, it continues to move. The resolution to life and growth is death. The commencement of life is a new cycle. January 1st, a new start. I'm talking about commencement. We all we got, we all we need. My commencement is to believe in me. Practice what I teach. Be what I teach. I say and I teach. We all we got. We all we need. I'm talking about in the start of 2025. I'm crying out to my fellow heroes and sheroes. Believe in your dream. See your vision. Close your eyes. And if therefore you see me in yours, then allow me to be who I am to help us. That's what we all we got, we all we need. We are human beings, gods to each other. We have a commencement right now, a beginning, a start to understanding that we are human being gods to each other, meaning that God only exists through life for life. There's nothing. In 2025, we're going to start to recognize and realize that there's nothing falling out the sky from nowhere. Everything that ever has been considered to be a blessing, a lesson from God has come through another, for another. Can we start understanding that loving each other and trusting one another is the most powerful unity that exists on planet Earth? Look around. I don't care where you at. Look around. I don't care where you at. Nowhere is now here. In the moment. Look around in the moment. Right now or on the replay. Your reality. Anything that ain't a tree. Anything that is real and materialized. It was made by more than one. A few. That's what reality is made of. If you're at home right now and you can fall on your knees and send prayers and thankful for your house and your home and your shelter, it was a group of people that believed in each other that built that and made that a reality. So in 2025, can we get a commencement? Can we start? Can we begin doing something we ain't never done before? So people say, well, man, we ain't got unity. We ain't got, yeah, we do. We got a whole lot of unity. I told you, I ain't never looked at it like that. Well, look at it like this. We got so much unity that I could go to the mall and see grown women, old women, all of them got baby hair swooped to the side. I'm talking about a whole race and generation of black women have unified in what we consider to be stylish. That's unity. That is unity. You don't see no other body more unified in something than black people. And I'm not making that swoop to be good or bad or right or wrong. That is not the point. I'm just using an example how we can come together collectively in our mind to unify in our idea. Men will unify about football. On Sunday, that's one of the most unified days in America. outside of church during football season. You're talking about unity. So when people say, man, we can't, man, that's just somebody who only taught to see shit negative. He ain't never looked at it like this. So we got a whole lot of unity. So can we have a commencement to unify in something real, positive, powerful, and that's each other? And I don't mean the whole world. Let's be realistic. I'm talking about your world. You might not never know me, and that's cool. You might not never meet me in real life if you don't know me. That's cool. Because the purpose and point of this is to put a seed in you, that it may flourish and flower and bloom in your world. See, your world is the people that come in your cipher. That's your world. The point I'm making is Superman was in his little town. Batman was in his little town. Spider-Man was in his town. But they all had narratives of saving the world, but they was in 3 different worlds with 3 different villains. And there was 3 different heroes. But they stood under the same principles and the same truth. And they saved those that were in their world. And those that were in their world believed in them. So can we get a commencement in 2025 to realize that in your world, in yours, people need you and you need some people. And it ain't going to work no other way. I don't care who you hear say this and who you think you can hear to say what I'm saying or say, I don't give a damn if you play this now or 1,000 years from now. It ain't going to work no other way. The only way it works if we love one another and each other. And we understand that we are humans being God to one another. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than you. This is about we. But it's in all of us equally to be given. So don't stop loving someone. Because pain happened in 2024. It's a new cycle. It's a commencement. Take what you learned to understand your position. I ain't never looked at it like this. I ain't never looked at it like that way. Find a new way to look at it and a new way to love. Especially when it's somebody that you can't throw away or trade. Like a mama, daddy, brother, sister, brother, goddamn child, wife, husband. And I know you say, hold on, wife, I ain't got to have. No. See, that's the way we think. Look at it like this right here. When I talk about divine connections, when a man and a woman makes a child. See, here we go again. We're going to start this in the commencement. We're going to get real. When a man and a woman makes a child, there's no other way that it could be made. You're divine to that child. That child is the it. That's God. If you go outside and crank up your car and they say, I say, what's wrong? You say, it ain't cranking. It won't crank. What you talking about? You'll get mad if I say what you talking about after you told me it won't crank, it won't work. I say, what you talking about? You say, don't you see me in my car? What you mean what I'm talking about? I say, well, you said it. So your child is it, and it don't work if the battery cables ain't connected. You are the battery cables. So no matter how much you think you ain't got to deal, there's a divine order and a divine nature that you can't resolve. Ain't no resolution to this shit. It is a commencement. You got to start understanding a new way if you ain't never looked at it before. But there's children out here and adults with parents who ain't never looked at it that way. And can't nobody tell or explain what's wrong. Because every year we coming up with resolutions. Oh man, to shit that we can't resolve. This shit ain't deep neither. And this ain't no shit you got to go read. And this ain't no shit somebody can say, go do your research. If you're going to go do your research and you think you got to read to know it, then I'm going to tell you like this right here. This is the commencement. I'm going to start telling the goddamn truth and nothing but the goddamn truth. If you want to do some research to really change your life so you can know some shit and act like you motherfucking smart, say I feel good so I got to cuss now. If you really want to act like you motherfucking smart and woke, then do your research in the bathroom, in the mirror. And you get to thinking about some real shit and having real conversations with yourself. Put that in your commencement. And your God will tell you some shit that you can't find in a book. Because it ain't for nobody but you. And a book ain't nothing but somebody else's thoughts that's put down for you to read. In order to read, somebody got to write. In order to write, somebody got to think. If you can think, you can write and read. Let me write some shit so you can read it and see how powerful reading is. But I'd rather tell it to you. See how that works? So if you want to do some research on what I'm saying, because I ain't saying this to be right. But you can't goddamn tell me I'm wrong neither. So do your research in that bathroom. The question is more powerful than the answer. What's some things you gonna start? Fuck a resolution. What's some things you gonna start? What's some things you gonna start? You feel me? Do you feel me? One of the things I'm going to start, hey, look, I feel good, y'all. One thing I'm going to start, man, is like I said, I ain't never looked at it like this. Hey, look, I like the way that feel tonight. I ain't never looked at it like this. So the other day I was watching a video. It scrolled down on my timeline, and it was a lady talking about Magic Johnson. And she had high regards for Magic Johnson because they asked her, what did she think about Magic Johnson in his journey with AIDS? And she say, I got the utmost respect for him because he was out front with it and he told the world. I say, yeah. And in my subconscious mind, it kind of stunned me a little bit without even thinking. And she said that, in my subconscious mind said, fuck Magic Johnson. And I started to have a conversation with myself. Side note. See, when me and myself have conversations, that's who I am. The balance of that relationship. When me and myself be at odds, I be fucked up. When me and myself be at peace, yeah, I'll be cool. So my subconscious, my ego said, fuck Magic Johnson. My conscience said, man, why you say that about Magic? So I began to go through the reason and know why I said that. And what I said to myself was, see, when AIDS came out in the 80s, came out as a gay man's disease. San Francisco. Matter of fact, I won't come up with an acronym for AIDS. I ain't figured it out yet, but I know the A stand for ass and the D stand for dick. Yeah, we hero training. I ain't holding back because this some real shit. But it came out as a gay man disease in San Francisco. And then it met the drug era where heroin and freebasing became where addicts were sharing needles. And drugs ain't got no type of discrimination. That's one thing the powerful about cocaine and all them type of drugs in the 80s. They didn't discriminate. So the community got exposed to drug needles and exchanging of blood with gay people who had AIDS. And then the third one was people was giving blood of some sort and they wasn't looking for it and detecting it because it was new at the time. So some people got AIDS through through blood transfusions type of thing. But those were the three main avenues. And as they did research and development, they realized that there are so many one of a thousands of a chance that once a woman is infected, that she can infect a man through vaginal sex. So in layman's terms, it's a very, very small chance that a man can have sex, that a negative man can have sex with a positive woman and catch AIDS. Very, very small chances. So in other layman's term, ain't no woman gay, no man AIDS. Too much in this here world. Very uncommon. So I heard a statistic. Talked about Johnson C. Smith in here in Charlotte. I don't know, but it was statistics about the AIDS case on campus. And they was talking about it's a silent, spoken epidemic going around on college campuses with females, black particularly, with AIDS. And like I said, a woman can't give a man AIDS through sex. If you want to do your research, but fuck research, just think. So if that's the case, man give it to a woman can't give it to a man. So many women, so many black women got it. So when I say fuck Magic, I ask the question, Magic mislead, and he's using black women as a scapegoat. Through media, he portraying the idea that he contracted HIV by living a promiscuous life of many women. And we took that and ran with it and respected that, but in reality, Wilt Chamberlain fucked 20,000 women. He ain't got it. Can't give it to him. So he escaped the fundamental question. Come on, Magic, cut the shit. Was you gay or was you shooting up dope? Was you gay or was you shooting up dope? And tell the motherfucking truth, Magic, and stop using black women as a scapegoat. So I got to thinking about this, man, and it's so deep because we don't understand the pure elements of how things work. But we come from a culture when we look at basketball players right now, I'm talking about young dudes who had a GPA that was so good that they could go to a top-level school. I'm talking about, do you know the commitment and student that you had to be to go to a North Carolina Tar Heel? And I watch people get there on that level. Out of all the hard work and dedication that it takes to get there, they want to be portrayed like a thug and a motherfucking rapper. That ain't who you is. You can't be that to be there. So everybody wanted to be the thug. I come from a generation where this was real. Hero training is aggressive positivity, because I came up in an era where everybody around me respected crack dealers, and them the same motherfuckers. I done told you this story before, so I'm real aggressive about this here shit. But a whole generation of girls was attracted to that. And a lot of those dudes went to jail. And ain't nobody shooting dope no goddamn more. But all these young black girls catching AIDS, and they can't give it to a man. Ain't nobody shooting dope no more. And women will defend this and say, what does it matter? People are going to be people. You defending the same thing that's killing you and making you the number one victim. You will defend it. You will defend it because the motherfucker you defending. Don't you understand what I'm saying? It is. It's pulling the same kind of man you want that don't nobody know, like Magic Johnson. And he got 5 baby mamas. Been to jail 5 times. Commencement. We're going to start being real. So what this got to do with it, Trav? Why you say fuck Magic Johnson when you heard that? Because he a bullshitting motherfucker that used the media to not tell the truth. And I don't give a damn if he is or if he ain't, but you tell the truth. If you're going to inspire and teach and save lives. And I ain't worried about a stopping. I'm talking about start. Start letting these young girls know that the only way to get AIDS is through goddamn dick in the ass and blood. And one of them dick in the ass and bloods put that in you. You can't put that in a man. So we need to start telling the truth to our daughters right now so we can devalue this shit. Because they've been the scapegoat for too long. Yeah, I'm cussing now. I'm cussing now. And if you hear the cuss words more than you feel the power of love that I have for women and my daughter and those that are like my daughter that's still pure, if you hear the cussing more than you feel than what the fuck I'm saying, then I'm going to start right now by saying click the fuck off. $2025, man, I ain't stopping shit. I'm goddamn starting mode. Commencement. So next time you think about a resolution, nah, what you gonna start? Start looking at it another way. Start looking at it another way. Start coming from somewhere else. It's kind of like sports, you know what I mean? Kind of like sports, kind of like a defense and an offense attack. Kind of like calling a timeout. Man, we've been practicing this shit all week, but they've been practicing this shit all week too. This shit don't work. Okay, let's come at it another way. The last 5 weeks, I'm going to be real. Man, I've been struggling with finding a word to come on here and talk about. Some of my brothers say, man, fuck a word, man, just go on there and talk. I said, nah, I like my structure. So it be coming to say, they say, Trav, what's the word? I say, man, I'm on Peyton Manning that thing. Ask my brother tonight. This is what he said tonight. He said, what's the word? I say, man, I'm on Peyton Manning that thing. I said, what that mean? What you think that mean, bro? He said, that mean you going to get to the line and call that Omaha. I said, boy, that's why I love him. That was my favorite quarterback. I ain't never saw nobody come to that line and look at the defense and look at the defenders and tell the man who the weak spot in the defense, in the defender, and say, I'm finna come to you. You, hey, everybody the ball on his head, and then he put it on his head. That's what you call practicing what you preach and being what you teach. Ain't nobody above the bullshit. I fear failing. So through my fear of failing, I'm hesitant to take risks and opportunities. But in my commencement, you got to be unapologetic. Alexa, what is the meaning of unapologetic?
Unapologetic is an adjective that describes something or someone that is not apologetic, especially in a situation where an apology would be appropriate. It means being firmly committed to one's own behavior or beliefs and not retreating or apologizing for them. The word is often used to describe a person who is unapologetic about their actions or opinions, indicating that they are confident and resolute in their choices.
See what I'm talking about? See how that fall in there, man. 2025. Commence, to start, to begin. More than you ever have before. Practice what you preach, be what you teach. Everybody has a gift. Everybody has talents. Don't compare yourself to nobody. We all going through the same thing, working to survive and to maintain. This world is like a coloring book. Everybody got the same bold white lines. How I color it in through my experiences. It's what make my reality. It's what make my world. Right now on the replay, I don't care if it's you or anybody. No matter who you are on planet Earth at this moment. I'm talking about this universal moment. If we say 1, 2, 3 on me, 1, 2, 3, everybody take a deep breath and hold their breath. 1, 2, 3 on me. 1, 2, 3. No matter who you are and where you at. There's a matter of seconds that all of us have. Ain't nobody above that. Now I can go exercise and work out to strengthen my respiratory system, meaning my breathing system. The stronger and more in shape I am, the more powerful I am at holding my breath. When we get tired, we say, man, I'm out of breath, meaning I can't breathe. I told you breath means breathe, and breathe means spirit, and spirit means wind. From the time you came into this world, the commencement of your life, the commencement of your life, the commencement of your life began and started with the wind. I don't care who you is and where you at. That's the coloring book. But when you put the color to it, see, I can go work out, I can build my body, and I can build up my breath. I can run miles and miles and never get tired and always have enough breath. I can build my respiratory system. I could train myself to become one with the spirit, meaning the wind will carry me and strive me Or I can be out of shape, out of breath, and I can't move, and every time my heart get to beating fast, my wind don't last. I can't even catch my breath. I'm out of breath. The spirit won't go in me fast enough. So, hey, look. So that's the truth right there. That's the spirit. So when we talk about how spiritual you are, how strong is your wind? See, the big bad wolf will come huff, puff, and blow your house down. See, that's wind, that's spirit. Meaning the big bad wolf come around you when you ain't confident. Come around you when you weak and docile in the mind. Come around you when you got all these resolutions with no commences. You want to stop everything, but you don't want to start shit. And when you don't want to stop, when you want to stop everything and don't want to start shit, that means you become something like a sheep. So the big bad wolf come around with his wind, meaning blowing his influence. I told you, like show enough. Come around, who's the master? Because he's confident in his wind, in his spirit. And you so weak and docile and made out of sticks, he'll blow your whole house down. Have your woman in there with a vibrator thinking about him, fucking herself. I ain't holding back this to commencement because this is how it works. That's the big bad wolf. See how much power we give his wind. The big bad wolf will come around your children and have them fucked up in the world. But when you made a brick, when you're unapologetic, when you're a real life hero in your world, and he blow that shit, and it hit that motherfucking brick, and it bounce off that motherfucker and go back at him, and he realized, yeah. See, you ain't never looked at it like that. You ain't never looked at it like that. You ain't never understood that the story of the big bad wolf who come huff, puff, and blow the house down is everything that'll come really blow your house down. See, a house is not a home if there's no love in it. So when the big bad wolf can come blow your house down, that means it's just a shell in it goddamn way. That's why it's so fragile that it can blow that shit down cause it's weak. Because if it had love in it, it would be a home, and a home is something that's built strong. So stop being scared of the big bad wolf and his wind, and start building your shit to be strong. And you realize he necessary now. He necessary now. Because this is what hero training is all about. We training for real life. I ain't saying this to say, oh, man, damn that. I'm saying this to say, and I don't care if your children grown. The game don't stop. You still a parent. You might not be on the sideline, but you in the press box. You still a part of the organization. You ain't gonna never stop being long as you're living. So you gotta know how to be a parent. of an adult. And in most cases, we call them grandparents. That's a real position that requires some real principles and shit. That ain't no giving. There's a whole lot of grandmamas dead and gone. And we're living in a time where grandmamas and granddaddies don't know how to be that word shit. I had a grandmama. I had a grandmama and some granddaddies. And I said, hey, look, 2 grandmamas and 2 granddaddies. I know what it is and I know what it ain't. So the game don't never stop. Ain't no top. As long as you living, you climbing. Only way out of this here game is death. Hell you talking about? Ain't no resolve to that. Just commencement after commencement, another cycle, another year, another round, another down, another day, another way. Another day and another way. Cousin Anita, you already know what time it is, cuz. I want to say I love you so much. Your attention is worth more than money, gold, and anything. Your attention is the most powerful thing you can pay, cuz. And I'm so honored that in this here moment, you paying your little cousin some. That mean the world to me. That mean the world to me. They say, share my world. Share it with me. That's all we doing. It's like the flower of life. One circle interconnects with another circle. And that circle connects with another circle. And that circle connects with another circle. And there's 5 circles out that ain't connected to me, but it's connected to me. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just freestyling off the dome. Feeling good inside my home. But I know I'm saying something that's going to plant some seeds to somebody who real enough to pay me some attention. I'm unapologetically saying that I know I'm worth some attention. Because that's all I want from you. We'll criticize each other and say, man, all they want is some attention. Who don't? Especially from who matters and what matters. Who don't want attention when we know that attention is the most powerful thing you can pay? You damn right I want some attention. And I'm a jewel on this here planet Earth. You is too. You is too. Do your research. Go in the bathroom. There's a scripture that talk about praying in the closet. You remember that? You remember that gospel song that say, and the woman knocked on the door and she came. She said, "Do you have a closet?" And the man said, "Yeah, I got a closet, but what?" And she went in that closet. She said, "Come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor. And he writes all of my scriptures. And he gives me all of my medicine in my room. Come on in my room. Come on in my room. Either in my... Now the point I'm making is, close your eyes and imagine that. Only a heathen pray outside the room. Only a heathen prays out in the open. Only a heathen prays out loud and talk to God out loud for someone to hear me. Only a heathen. Because the true conversation to God ain't between nothing but you. And no matter what you do, I'm going to tell you some real shit. No matter what you do and no matter what you say and no matter what level, it ain't no technology on this here world or planet Earth that we live in that could make someone hear your conversation with God. See, God lives in the temple. These are the temples. Everything you hear from God happens right here. Can't do no research on this. Just close your eyes and think. Ain't no technology right now on planet Earth can make someone hear this. So the only time in real life that we all go into that room is when we're in that bathroom. Unless you live alone and your whole house is your sanctuary in your room. But if you share dwellings with another, then most likely your only solidarity is in that their bathroom, in that their mirror. So go in that room and look in that mirror. Like I say, the question is more powerful than the answer. Ask yourself some questions. Ask yourself some questions that you're scared of the answers of. But guess what? Can't nobody hear them but you and God. Can't nobody hear the answers but you and the question, but you and God. But you got to ask them. And understand this in context. See, when I talk about God, I'm talking about mine, ain't talking about yours. My God has shown me that I'm one of a kind. I don't believe in it, because I be living in it. When you see me, you see it. I gotta tell somebody. See how they work, man. You see how they work, man. I love y'all, man. The commencement. Won't get out of here tonight. The commencement. The commencement. The start, the beginning. The start, the beginning, the commencement. What are some of your commencements for 2025? What you gonna start? You out of here by saying, I have grown into a better me. I'm growing, baby. I'm better than who I used to be. Yeah, I want to sing this right here too. I'm cutting up a little bit. So many times the Lord has made a way. So many times the Lord has made a way. Commencement. Start the beginning. So many times. They say, Trevor, how can you love gospel so much? Ain't that contradicting? I say, no. It all depends on how you look at it. See, the Lord is that higher power of authority that drives me. I told you I'm scared of failing. I'm scared of disappointing those that matter and who matter. So every thought, every breath, every step is carefully filtered. Through being strong and staying strong. That idea is my Lord. I've been down and out so many times. The Lord has made a way. That's just me sitting in the bathroom thinking about, man, I can't disappoint my wife and my children. They depending on me. And I'm just using my mind and resurrecting in my spirit, in my feelings, in all the relationship and those that I know believe in me like I believe in them, and realizing how it works and the only way it works. And I come up and I see it. And I walk out that bathroom and I go be it. And it always work out. So many times I want to teach, man. I want to teach in the most commonest way, man. I want to teach in the most commonest way, man. Because ain't no ego for that shit to try to make it sound smart. Because this for the people, man. This for the people, man. Ain't, man, come on, man. Come on, man. My grandmamas and granddaddies couldn't read like that. And they taught me some real shit. They helped me understand any book I read. And can look at it from any type of way. People that couldn't read. So come on, man. I just want to teach. I just want you to pick it up and use it. I ain't got to see what happened when you use it. I ain't got to see. Call somebody and say, I love you. That least expected. But deserve it. That has rights to it. Your child got rights to you saying I love you. That's their birthright. That's their birthright. For you to love them. You ain't never looked at it that way? I want to give a shout out, man. All my brothers. I'm finna get out of here, man. Shout out to Big Brother Wood. Shout out to Big Brother Crump. Shout out to Big Brother Kamara. Shout out to my big brother Mike. Shout out to my big brother Bam. Shout out to my big brother Munt. Shout out to my big brother Winston. Shout out to my daddy. My daddy on Facebook, Charles Forte. He put his profile picture up. I'm so happy for him. He's so excited. He was too real for that shit, but he's 70 years old now. They say if you can't beat him, join him. He got them joined. I can see him over there now. I don't know he looking at his phone trying to figure that shit out with all he got. But I love that man. Yeah, I love that man. I love that man. Like I say, man, the commencement, man. He's starting some shit. Hey, look, at 70 years old, he's starting some shit. And he always say, I'm an old dog. I don't want no new tricks. He in there trying to learn that new Facebook trick like a motherfucker. He's starting some shit to start and begin. And I hope that he find joy all in this motherfucker looking at it all day long. Because I do. I do for real. Y'all hold me down, man.